WcW vs NwO Thunder. Anyway, you're seeing the main title screen. The top 3 options are in fact the single player game, then you got like your exhibition, your tag team, your battle royal, which is actually the Royal Rumble where you throw people over the ropes, etc. One thing I will say about this game, it does have a big roster. There are lots of really recognisable faces, so to speak, and it's a very, very good game. Well, so I initially thought. I used to remember playing this game back when I was a kid, but there have been much, much better wrestling games released. Oh, this is one thing I got to say, I do like these intros. Okay, they're probably a bit lazy, just showing you short video clips, but, you know, better than what they could have done at the time, I suppose. Right, what you're seeing here is the actual game in action. Now, it doesn't seem too bad, right? It's got nice rocking music, the animation looks nice, the character models look okay, you know, it's all fine and dandy. My main gripe about this game is the fucking controls. Seriously, I mean, you have no idea until you actually play the game, like, how complex these controls are, or how complex the actual gameplay is. Allow me to explain. Right, okay, imagine you're inviting some friends over and you want to play wrestling games. You know, it's all like, you know, people, even if you don't like wrestling, people like playing wrestling games. I mean, you get to hit each other with chairs and goof around, and it's all very good fun. Now this is the thing, right? The SmackDown series is always, well, especially the first two were always very popular in my house because they were very easily accessible. You could play them 4-player, you can play career mode 4-player, and, you know, everyone got the controls on how to play the game. Fine. We had plenty of wrestling games at the time, don't get me wrong. I mean, let's be honest here, Fire Pro Wrestling G, probably the best wrestling game on the PlayStation. Given the choice between letting my friends play Fire Pro Wrestling G or SmackDown, which would I rather have? Well, SmackDown actually. Do you know why? Well, because it's easy to understand. It's not all in Japanese. I don't have to explain like wrestling, like how wrestlers actually wrestle and so on. It's, you know what I'm saying? This game suffers from the Fire Pro G thing. It's basically made too complex, but unlike Fire Pro G, this takes it into a whole new level, purely because of the dialer throw system, as I like to call it. Instead of just hitting, like, grappling them, then pressing a direction and a button to do a throw, you're basically required to press, remember, like 2, maybe even 3 buttons at a time to do a special, or even just a regular move. This means that, you know, the action looks a lot more fluid and a lot more realistic and shit, but at the same time, it's like, you know, if I can barely remember any of the moves and shit, this game isn't that fun. Oh, whoa! Did you just see that? Nash just fucking threw that guy. Yeah, that's how you eliminate people. Oh, and that's another problem. In Royal Rumble, there's this one specific move that you've got to do. It's 3 fucking buttons long. And the first button is a direction, and it's relative to your character. It's so fucking annoying. It's like this game could have been so good. So good. If they've even bothered to, like, you know, tighten up the controls a little. Also, another problem I have with the game is the fact that all the characters appear to share pretty much the same moveset except for a couple of moves, mainly being the specials, and if they're super heavyweights or lightweights, they've got a couple of additional moves that they can do that, you know, middleweights can't do. Whoa, no way would that puny guy be able to lift Nash like that. So after struggling with the controls and stuff, I decided to go into just a one-on-one match. And no, you'll notice that I keep doing the same 2 or 3 throws over and over again, because these are the only fucking throws I know. I've even looked at FAQs. I can't remember all these fucking button presses. I'm sorry. It's just fucking stupid. I mean, another thing I would also like to point out is how cheap the AI is. You'll see it twice in this review actually. Their main form of tactic is to win by count out, and look at this grapple system. I can take off half a fucking energy bar just by a game of mercy, basically. Bending his fingers back so they hurt a little bit. What the fuck? I don't remember that in wrestling, do you? And notice that the game's a lot quicker when there's only 2 people here. That kind of threw me off initially. Now notice that we're both getting counted out. It's a count to 20, and basically he's just now gonna pummel the shit out of me. And like, you know, I tried to get back in the ring and stuff. Like, I know the button combination, but the game just doesn't want to do it. And then this happens. Right, watch this. He doesn't even do a throw or anything. He just holds on to me for 3 fucking seconds, knowing that he can count me out. How fucking cheap is that? Seriously, that's not even funny. One thing I do like about this game though is you can actually unlock all the characters without having to actually play single player. Hit R1 4 times, L1 4 times, R2 4 times, L2 4 times, then hit the select button on the title screen. You'll get a whole bunch of wacky characters doing this, and to be honest, it's a lot better doing it like that than it is by playing the cheap fucking AI. And yes, you can even beat up the creators of this game, and trust me, I did that a lot after this fucking review, let me tell you. Yeah, so the roster gets increased a lot when you do that cheat, and to be honest, it's an easy cheat to remember too, so why not use it? Of course, I'm now going to do the classic battle of the professions.
The astronaut versus the sailor. Epic rivalry.
And so on. I've also noticed that oddly enough the special characters don't actually have intros. Probably because they couldn't be bothered to make any. I mean, you know, it's videos and all that, not actual intros, so... Anyway, what else can I say about this game, really? I don't know, maybe, like, I'm not sure what's wrong with it. It's just like, it seems like it could be a really fun game. It's got some really nice modes. It's got your Royal Rumble, your cage matches, your hardcore matches. It's got plenty of characters, nice animation and stuff, but the fact that everyone practically shares the same moves, and, you know, the fact that the AI is so ridiculously cheap, and, like, remembering, like, all the important moves and stuff is actually quite difficult. Like, I mean, these 2 special characters, I have no idea what their specials are. And neither do most of the fucking FAQs. You can even look online. Most of them won't have all the specials. Anyway, there are 3 games alone that I would actually play over this, wrestling game wise, on the PlayStation. SmackDown 2, WcW vs the World, and, of course, Fire Pro Wrestling G. Anyway, if you're a real big wrestling fan, you might just want to check this out for lols. I mean, it's better than Attitude, put it that way. Other than that, just stay the fuck away.